Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be telling you guys about 10 things you need to know before you end up purchasing the Western Rampant Rocket, this crazy trike bike that will be added to Grand Theft Auto Online fairly soon. So this could very well be the most interesting vehicle of the entire update from the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC, and I'm pretty sure this is like the one ridiculous vehicle that Rockstar was trying to go for. Now, let's actually take a look at this on the in-game website. It's on the Legendary Motorsports site, and it is fairly cheap when you compare it to some of the other vehicles at $925,000. It is a one-seater, if it wasn't obvious enough. Now, this was kind of interesting trying to find a real-life example, because I was trying to think, what vehicle in real life, or what car manufacturer or motorcycle manufacturer would come up with something like this in real life. And the only thing that I was able to find is that this is based off of the Rocket 2 trike from Jay Leno's garage. Now, if you have no idea who Jay Leno is or what his garage is about, Jay Leno is a retired talk show host and car enthusiast. And he loves cars from all ages, modern, old, new, exotic. And now he has a show on television called Jay Leno's Garage. And his garage is literally filled with hundreds of unique and interesting vehicles. And this is apparently one of them that was featured on the show. So very cool stuff right there. And I guess Rockstar is a fan of his show as well. So now that we've got this trike in Grand Theft Auto Online, let's take a listen to the engine sound and see how this bad boy starts up. So it does sound pretty good. Another thing you've probably noticed right off of the bat is by default that bug catcher, it opens up the valves just like some of the other new cars added in this update. So yeah, let's bring this into Beaker's Garage, or the LSC, and get to customizing this thing. Now, I was a little bit disappointed in this first part. There's almost no customization on this car. In fact, there is zero customization that you actually add to the vehicle. The only thing that you can do is change the type of air filter that's on this vehicle, but you can already see there's already one by default. It's the dual sort of bug catcher right there, but you can change it to a triple intake bug catcher or an oval intake bug catcher, whatever you want. That's basically the only customization option on this vehicle. Aside from the liveries, which is probably the most interesting part of this entire thing. So let's begin with those. The first is called Modern Media, which is like this sort of light pink design, and it has a logo, the real you-know-whats of Suburbia on the side. So that's the first one right there. I don't think I would ever use this one, but who knows what designs you guys might come up with. The next one is Impotent Rage. We'll actually be talking about Mr. Impotent Rage a little bit later on in a future video. And it's actually got his color scheme of blue and sort of a pastel pink and a light yellow. And again, his logo all over the place. Tackles Out. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but it says Tackle Out on the side. And then on the front, it says Spit Roast Sundays. That has to be like a reference to something, because I don't know what that is supposed to be right there, but it's just a very weird design. You've then got the Lost MC. So if you wanted to create your own Lost MC one, you totally can. It's a little bit hard to see. It's like this faded patina look. But if you wanted to blend in with everyone's favorite biker gang, then you totally can. After that, it's Da Ist Douche. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's this douche gold beer design in sort of orange with some nice stripes on there and the douche logo. After that, it's Late Night Promotions, where it's actually sort of a red and white checkerboard pattern, and you've got the pole position adult lounge logo on the side. I actually do kind of like this one. I like the checkerboard pattern. I like the simplicity of the logo. And by the way, if you go in first person and you look straight down, oftentimes you'll be able to see sort of more that the livery shows you. Like, for example, on this Late Night Promotions one, it says voted #1 Los Santos Adult Lounge 2002. So be sure to check out all the aspects of this vehicle when choosing a livery. The next one is called Estancia Tobacco, which really just makes your trike bike look like a cigar. So if that's the design you're going for, have at it. The next one, I don't even know what to say. It's called Big Ol' Wiener. In fact, I can't believe I'm even saying that. But you can see there it says Wiener Club on the side. And towards the front, it says grab our giant wiener deals. Again, this has to be the most interesting one of the bunch. And towards the very bottom, it says both hands needed. The innuendos here are incredibly obvious. And it, again, makes your trike look like a big hot dog. Now, the next one is Poppin' Cherries. So it's the Cherry Popper livery, and it says always on top, Cherry Popper Ice Cream Company, which I really like. The Cherry Popper Ice Cream Company is a classic, a staple GTA brand. And the final one is Ignorance is Bliss, which literally looks like you've just run over someone and you've got their blood all over the front of the vehicle. So those are the liveries right there. Some interesting ones, that's for sure. Like, there's not really any simple ones that you can put on this vehicle. Now, from there, you get to change the primary and the secondary color. The primary color is going to have an impact on, you guessed it, the majority of the top part of the trike. So the trike is basically split into two different sections, top part and the bottom part. Primary color is going to have an impact on the top part, and the secondary color is going to have an impact on the bottom. That's it. And because there's no other options that you can add, there's no, things that are affected by the primary, the secondary color. The engine block stays the same. Everything stays the same. And if you're wondering if you could change the wheels on this trike bike, the answer to that is no also. The only thing you can do is put bulletproof tires on there. You can't change the front. You can't change the back. I'm sure you might be able to do something with like the iFruit app. Like if you were able to glitch it, you could somehow change them. But at least as far as my testing goes, there was no way to ultimately go about doing that. So now that we've got this bad boy outside of the Los Santos custom shop, I wanted to talk about some more sort of quirks about this vehicle. Number one, it does have headlights on it. They're kind of interesting. They're by the engine block on the side. So yes, you will be able to drive this vehicle a little bit more safely at night. And there's no things that you can open, like doors or anything like that, because it is a motorcycle. Now, it is in the motorcycle category, and that's important. However, you'll soon notice that this vehicle handles nothing like a motorcycle. Now, that is a good thing and a bad thing. Let's start with the good. The good is that you actually cannot fall off of this vehicle like a standard motorcycle. So what I'm doing right now is I'm intentionally trying to run into things, and I'm intentionally trying to fall off. And you don't fall off of this vehicle. You just simply stay on there and roll over like it's a car. So it almost performs like it's a quad, not a motorcycle where you would fall off. It also has some other interesting quirks too. Because the wheels are so big, it actually kind of has the ability to go over other cars on the road, which is kind of strange. But if you were to like run into the back of a vehicle, on a motorcycle you would go flying straight off. But in this vehicle, you'd kind of either bump over them or around them. It is kind of funny to see that mechanic work. And sometimes it can actually be used to your advantage. Now let's talk about the bad. This is in the motorcycle category, and its performance and handling speed, it is awful. Remember, if you were to use this in races, you would be going up against the Bati and the Hakachu Drag and the Shotaro and all the other fast sports bikes in the game that would absolutely smoke you, that would have the ability to wheelie. And speaking of that, you don't have the ability to wheelie on this giant trike bike right here. It just simply cannot be done. So needless to say, this is probably one of the worst performing motorcycles in the entire game. So I can give you sort of a buyer beware right off the gate. And that is, don't purchase this vehicle if you have plans on using it in races or if you want it to be the most agile thing to get around the world and to get around Los Santos. That's not what this bike is for at all. I'm pretty sure Rockstar introduced this as like the ultimate meme car of this update. It's just added to sort of be for fun. because it really doesn't handle all that well. It doesn't really have great customization. It's just sort of those, WTF style vehicles that if you saw online, you'd be like, what the heck is going on here? So that's my review for the Western Rampant Rocket. Buy this vehicle at your own risk. Really only buy it if you want something ridiculous to ride around in Los Santos. Now, the interesting thing for me, at least the big question that I'm waiting for, is once this is added into Grand Theft Auto Online, will we be able to store this in our motorcycle clubhouse? Because this thing is like 4 times the size of all the normal bikes in the game. So will it be able to fit in there, or will it only be able to be stored in normal garages? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this vehicle, the Western Rampant Rocket Tricycle. Is this a bike that you're going to be purchasing when it arrives in Grand Theft Auto Online, or is it one that you're going to be staying away from and you'll be saving your money? Again, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And remember to subscribe if you guys are new and you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA 5 casino news, info, videos, and more. And ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.